Hello again, this is Karen from Vintage Elegance Inspiration. Today I am sharing the second journal in my series of these beautiful mermaid ocean themed journals. This one I have named Pink Sands by the Sea. She features a beautiful mermaid image on the front cover. I've done one of my removable journal skirts, and I have used some of my Dupioni silk textiles that I have available if you're at all interested. Some gorgeous vintage trim, pearl trim, some vintage buttons, and vintage lace adorning the front cover. This is also some of the silk ties that come with the textile bundles if you happen to get any of them from me. What I've done is I attached this image. I'm just going to take the journal skirt off right now. There she is. That's the back side. It's just two ruffles of vintage lace, and then I've used some backing to give it a little bit of stiffening. And that is what the skirt looks like on its own. Can be removed, of course, for easy journaling and just working on your journal and writing inside if you'd like. So that is the skirt, the wrap skirt. Like I mentioned, this is a journaling card or a topper, can be used as a writing board. You know, in my previous video, I didn't put any backing on the Craftex topper, and when I watched the video back, I was just so embarrassed, but I can always add that, and it's the way it is. I'm not going to re-record the video because I was pleased with everything else, but it just shows you what they look like when they are unadorned. And also, I am trying to get these videos all recorded today because the house is relatively quiet. We have my daughter staying with us, and she has two babies. They're 18 months old and 4 months old. So I don't get much time where it's quiet. They've just, they're napping right now. So I'm trying to make the most of my time. I had some sparkly paper underneath this beautiful rose-colored, dusty rose-colored vintage lace. And I left the scallops on the side because I thought it gave it so much character. So this can be used as a removable topper. And then you've just got your beautiful Dupioni silk. Again, the buttons for a closer look. Beautiful, beautiful mother of pearl. And then I've got some lace and trims on the bottom, cascading over the side of the pages. You can see the appliques peeking through and some dangles, and then the top is all the fluff from the journaling cards. So let's go inside. I am going to, still haven't decided, I meant to piece this together, what exactly I'm going to add to the closure ribbons on the side. I am thinking I kind of like this gold shell, and that might just be the finishing touch before I send her off to her new home. This journal has been spoken for, and maybe she can tell me what she would like, what she would prefer. I've also got this pretty little flower and this other little pin that I've been auditioning for the topper. Okay, side note finished. Here we go inside Pink Sands. Beautiful vintage wallpaper inside from my sweet friend Sharon. It's just so beautiful to work with. I absolutely love it, and the color was perfect. This is kind of, like I said, a dusty rose color. It's not too blue pink. This image, gorgeous mermaid and journaling card, can be used anywhere in the journal. Down by the Sea is the digital kit that I've used from the paper cameo. I've used this one before. If you've seen my work, I used it as the gift signature that we did for our swap in our Carlsbad retreat that we just had in June. I've done a decoupage tag with some paper napkin backed onto pink parchment paper, and then just another small tag that can be added anywhere in the journal. Lots of extra writing space, and then a pretty little abalone shell heart shaped charm at the top of that page. One of Susie's beautiful applique pieces. I love cutting them up and just placing them strategically within my projects. It just adds so much charm. Here I have done a tall tag. It's actually a swatch card. And here I have added the little button card as well. These are crystal buttons. They're just so beautiful, and these were just snippet pieces that I had left over in my snippet box, and they just went so perfectly with this beautiful soft pink color of Edith Holden book page, and it can be journaled on. Lots of extra space for writing your notes and thoughts. Some beautiful rose gold bling trim from Sheila from Boho Daydreams. This is some beads and pearls and rhinestone bits. It's just so sweet. And then some pink scalloped, what's it called? Chantilly eyelash lace. Beautiful. I love the colors. And then I've got some journaling cards that can be added wherever the recipient would like in the journal. This is some coffee dyed gold specked or gold flecked paper and some beautiful crocheted lace on the side. I folded the page up and added some crinkled metallic fabric trim, a small booklet with an image of a beautiful mermaid, and some antique silver rickrack from Lavish Laces from J. Zella. Some of Marjorie's beautiful paper in a lavender color with her gold flecks on it. Love it. I do love mixed metals. Silver and gold is fine with me. I've added a frame here, and the recipient can tuck something inside if she would like, and left it open, and then she can just seal it or just leave it the way it is or add some more embellishments. This is a beautiful coffee dyed envelope in avocado dye, actually, and I have included this image. If she would like to add it permanently, she can do that, and it just straddles the page this way. I have also added a small tag backed onto parchment paper, which can be used for extra journaling space. Vellum sticker. This is some beautiful book page, Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespeare. Some of my avocado dyed papers, I've added this beautiful dangled crochet lace trim and just left a tiny little pocket at the bottom with some extra journaling pieces. Just tiny little spots where you can add a note. Beautiful image in that color. And I've done a ruffle out of this beautiful, I think it's chiffon, silk chiffon. It's gorgeous. Added some of Sheila's rose gold bling trim with pearls and sequins. Isn't that so beautiful? Again, I did a technique for the digital pages that is painting them with the shimmer polish that I like to use. This color is Blossom, and then I added some stamping with some script text in French. A journaling card on this side of the page features a vintage looking mermaid, just for extra journaling space. A lace veiled page with some gorgeous vintage lace in that beautiful dusty rose color. Vintage sheet music. The title of the song is Calm at Sea. I've added a little tuck spot here with a piece of crochet doily that has the sequins and the beads sewn onto it. So pretty. One of Georgianne's chair tags that we had at our retreat. Yes, I'm giving it away. It just goes so perfectly with this journal. And I know this recipient wanted to be at the retreat, so I hope this will be extra special for her, as it's made by Georgianne. Some cheesecloth, some fabric, beautiful fabric, and then some of the craft paper backing, and stitched around the image of the squid. How gorgeous is that? One of our mermaids, with using the background papers that I've used for all these images of these mermaids is from Susie, and it was used in the packages of the appliques that I bought from her. So I'm getting some extra mileage out of them. I love it. This is parchment paper in that beautiful dyed color. This page has some crocheted lace wrapped all the way through the signature, and I've added a dangle onto the side. This is from an earring that I have repurposed. Some pretty pieces in here are the poem from Elizabeth Barrett Browning, How Do I Love Thee? Let Me Count the Ways. And this lovely booklet with these pretty images on it for some extra journaling space. Pink is always soft and romantic, I feel. Extra pieces that she can attach anywhere. Here's a digital from Odosina, and a piece of book page from Edith Holden. It says To Autumn. Even though I started these in September, it is autumn now, and that's what I'm going with. Some antique ledger paper, some pink parchment paper, and a mixed media tag that I have made using vintage book page. The song music sheet actually is, the title is Through the Three Fishermen. Vintage wallpaper, some more of that beautiful corded vintage lace on the front, and just some snippets of crocheted lace pieces, and a piece of Sheila's beautiful rose gold bling trim. Some rag paper, and then coming to the center of the signature, I just added some digital images to the pages. They were quite dark and just kind of boring, so I livened them up a bit by adding some mermaid images to them. This beautiful trim I mentioned in the previous video, I love to use for the center signatures, and there's a beautiful mermaid with a sea creature going on. I always forget to move things, and then when I watch the video back, I notice that I've left them out there. Whatever it is. There we go. No? You like this. The dangles that I've added to the center of this signature are in the rose and the pearl tones. I've got a tropical fish here, a mermaid tail, and a shell charm. These charms, I just love them. They're so pretty, and the beads are holographic. Sometimes you can't see them when they're so long. Rag paper, a pretty mermaid on this journaling card. Vellum stickers, some fancy trim, pink parchment paper, antique ledger paper. This, so you can see the blossom color. It's a very soft blush pink in the shimmer polish with the script text stamping. Here I've got another journaling card of a little mermaid on some embossed paper from Susie. For parchment paper, another journaling card with that same image that I used previously in this journal. Beautiful fibers top this journaling card, and an applique piece backed onto scrapbook paper. I've added some vintage book page as in the background and stitched the images on. Love this applique. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Oh, it's so gorgeous. That's vintage music paper. What I've done is just added a decoupage image to this tag, stitched it on, added some pretty little rhinestone vintage buttons, and some crinkled seam binding, and of course it can be written on the back. Make sure I swing those to the top so that they stick out over the edge of the page rather than bulky it up. And then we've got the other side of our lace page, another beautiful mermaid girl backed onto some scrapbooking paper for extra journaling. Lots of room for journaling. And this pretty trim on the side. Another little tuck spot. And a purple journaling card with pieces of beautiful applique from Susie, book page, and the beautiful metallic ribbon trim for a tag topper. Romeo and Juliet paper. And this side I've got an envelope that I've left open and just smeared a little bit of gold shimmer on the inside. The recipient can choose to seal it up or use it for extra journaling space before sealing it up. And then just some extra journaling cards to tuck inside, and a pretty beautiful mother of pearl charm in a heart shape, a wonky heart shape. Here's the vintage or antique postcard that I've chosen to add for this journal. I usually just leave them in the plastic sleeve so that the recipient can do what they would like with them. It just gives them a bit of extra protection. And folded this page over, used the crinkled gold fabric trim. This little flap, I've added some extra pieces for journaling. This of course is a fold out with some of Sheila's beautiful bling trim. Another rose image in the pink, and a journal card backed onto parchment paper for extra writing space. And we've got a beautiful antique lace applique on this side of the page. Pretty applique trim on this side of the page. And then this is the journaling card, tall tag, that I made as an alternate for a journal topper. It's got this gorgeous vintage pearl and sequin applique trim and some pretty netting or tulle, and then I've just done some stamping onto the back of that pink parchment paper. Topped it with some crinkled seam binding, and that's the last page in the journal. Got some beautiful trims in that rose color, and then what I've added in the back is a lace swatch that can be removed. The pieces can be removed and used elsewhere if she would like. Just some of Sheila's beautiful, gorgeous, embellished trim, and vintage lace piece, and some dotted tulle netting for extra journaling. And that is Pink Sands. So I hope the new owner is gonna love her as much as I do. I'm sure she will. And that is journal number 2 in this series. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your supportive and encouraging comments. I really do appreciate them. It means a lot to me. Hope you have a great day, and I'm going to be prepping for the third journal share. Thank you so much for watching.